This is what I was nervous about with these, though. How long they could potentially take. Man, if only GameSlayer hadn't disconnected in game 2. That's all
Well,
right,
then
though.
we
We
wouldn't
get to
be
see
here
more
having,
stuff.
having fun playing games.
It's fair.
Well, plenty of iron. Won't be a problem this map.
Yeah, iron not going to be an issue. There is one high carbon, but there's no adjacency for it.
Yep.
It's like, find it unlikely we're going to see scavenger this game.
Yep.
But I
Well, it's
always
also
say
nice to
that,
be
and then
the-
these guys are like, but I love playing scavenger,
I
and I
know.
found anyway.
And it's especially nice to be the only scavenger, you know? So
Oh, definitely. Always nice to be the only scavenger. I don't
only
know how
one who
these guys
finds
are
out
gonna
about
handle
events
this
early.
one. So, this feels like one of those maps where we could see that all-important I know where to found coming into play again. I feel like GameSlayer is just going to be waiting to see if he can go power bot again, and he did.
Yep.
No surprise whatsoever. Like, the second Zuzani had founded and debt hit 0, GameSlayer was just like, alright, here we go.
Well, 3 expansives. You know you're going to see steel mills.
Oh yeah, that's pretty great for GameSlayer, actually. That's
Yeah.
a lot of people who are probably going to be churning out steel, and a lot of steel mills down.
Did someone just gank someone's claim?
Probably.
See, Clark, he probably wanted...
Well,
What happened?
Blues has a claim still flying out. It looks like Zuzani stomped on his aluminum.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's in his name.
Well, yeah,
so-
he did it by founding. So,
Oh, it got stopped right when you found it. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Well, that's fine.
That looks like what happened. Unfortunate for Blues, because kind of when you found early, that is always a big risk you're taking.
Sure.
Is if I want that claim that's a little far away, is somebody going to stomp on it? Because it takes away so much of your I found it early bonus. And you can see that Zuzani is actually going to be the first one to HQ level 2 this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we advantage founding last, and everyone else's claims are already taken up when you get to choose where to put yours. But
Yeah, exactly. All right, Corwin. He's going to be in a good spot to expand soon as well. He'd founded last, so he's going to get a pretty nice boost on HQ2. But GameSlayer, he already should have that. No, one more until GameSlayer gets his nice little boost. But I imagine this is going to be aluminum for him.
yeah,
And
Corin's
I
going to have an
don't
aluminum
know.
problem. There's
He
no
is.
aluminum
He is.
his side of the map at all. Well, I guess there's some in the middle.
There's some in the
That'd
middle
help me.
that he can use.
You better grab it.
And he probably is going to need to commit to it. I mean, neither of these other two players are really committing to huge amounts of aluminum.
Wow,
Just one
GameSlayer
tile apiece.
Went for a low aluminum.
It was near him. Oh, he's actually
Yeah.
making steel. That's interesting. That's interesting to me because,
Well, look at the price of iron.
oh, I see the price of iron and I see the price of steel, but it really cuts into your power play, potentially.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what everybody else is going to do in response to this. I'm honestly wondering if Blues... He's probably going to put down steel mills, but I could almost make an argument for him not.
Well, he looks like he's going hardcore into steel. 4 steel mills.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's got the iron to do it, so
Well, that's interesting.
I think he just doesn't want to get fancy.
Who bought that? I gotta find this out. Black market.
That hurts. So much for the power play.
Well, GameSlayer has a goon squad, but Clark, aka Zuzani, decided he could afford that power surge, and he was probably right.
Yeah. I guess one thing to say is GameSlayer definitely tipped his identity with this
Oh
play.
yeah, definitely. Like, that is a GameSlayer play.
Sure.
No matter what, when you see the power robot, you expect it to be like GameSlayer or Indecision.
Yeah. So so I wouldn't be surprised if that power surge came from Suzani, who figures like all I gotta do is if I can just knock out GameSlayer, you know, I have a chance to move on to the next round.
It is fair. I mean, we've got Masquerade going, but when you make those obvious plays, then sometimes you can get yourself in trouble with it. Alright, Zuzani already hopping into a geotherm himself. That power surge may be a bit premature.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's now we've got really weird things going on for Zuzani over here. I don't like that farm at all. Why put the farm there?
What in the world?
Like, the power surge was already down. You can just build it next to the others. It's whatever.
That was a weak power surge to begin with. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I like to wait for all three to be up before power surging. Unless there's a real good reason to hit it now.
I'm just very confused.
Yeah. That is not something Game Slayer wanted to see either. Everything going against him.
Well, he better adapt. Does he have a source of iron? He does. Unfortunately, iron is still cheap, and so is steel.
Does he have a source of iron?
He does not.
Okay, yeah.
And
this is part of why I did not like that steel play. He's going to have to get out of it now. I don't know if it made him enough money. It needed to be glass like it was last time. Yeah, and finally it is. Circuit overload.
Wow.
Wow.
I think Zuzani's really,
that is
really targeting Game Slayer.
So aggressive. Was that Zeus? I'm gonna look. Yeah, I think we're both looking. Let's see.
It's Clark who did a power surge and a...
Yeah, so Zuzani, first power surge, first circuit overload. Getting super aggressive against him.
Whereas Game Slayer can't be as sure of who Zuzani is.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all he's doing is focusing Game Slayer down, trying to make sure he doesn't run away with it. On the other hand, I'm really concerned about that because Blues is not in a bad spot. Yeah. He's already got food online. He's got his geotherm established. It's goon squatted. It's still making some money. Steel is still kind of working for him a little bit. Once he gets this glass purchased up from selling down food, he's going to pretty quickly be at HQ level 4 and starting to run away with things a bit.
Well, you can tell Corwin is Asimov, basically. That's pretty easy to see. He's going for his steel mill
His wind turbines, especially.
Yeah.
You know.
So basically, Game Slayer knows Zuzani is either Clark or Bradbury. You just got to figure out which one.
The shareholders will love it.
Because he can afford to give up a loss to Blues.
Yeah, for sure. But, so he may just be trying to spread the hate between the two of them. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly how that goes down. More glass furnaces coming down for Game Slayer. I don't really mind with all these farms down already, especially, wow, more power out of Corwin. That's questionable.
Yeah, he really loves that power play.
He loves the power play.
And I mean, when someone else is in the power play, it's just, ugh.
Yeah.
Game Slayer is going for the only high carbon on the map. I like that a lot.
All right, here Blues goes. This is what I'm talking about with that HQ4. A patent office out of Game Slayer. I like it.
Running.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Zuzani, I think there were some serious mistakes made by him this game, and I'm wondering if Blues is going to be able to capitalize on it. He's first into reactors. He's got better farms established. He's already got water.
Yeah.
A lot of it getting collected.
Both playing the same game.
Yeah, it's just Zuzani's taking a detour.
Yeah, and Blues is clearly in the lead.
Oh, this nuke.
Wow, what's the most vulnerable tile? I guess one of those irons.
Well,
iron's still worthless, but
I don't know how great the nuke really is.
Blues got it for 7,000?
Yeah, 7,000 is what he picked it up for. He is in a lot of debt already. He's got to watch out for that. All this power getting created, and he only went like one geotherm, kind of a little lazily.
I guess I was doing those aluminums, maybe.
I mean, you could hit an aluminum pretty easily. You could hit some water, actually. I would actually, despite the fact that it's an ice map, I would probably just hit Zuzani's water with the nuke. He's got that medium water tile set up.
I think he's just going to sit on the nuke.
He could do that too.
At some point, it'll... I mean, the real dangerous one is to hit... I guess Game Slayer has enough silicon, it's not going to really matter. Yeah.
Financial instruments. All right, then. We've seen it do work earlier. Like, I don't know if we ever got around to talking about it, but during the very first tick of financial instruments from Blues, last game... They got him $18,000 for one of them.
He didn't win, but boy, it seems like...
That is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Alright, well... What do we want to look at from here?
I also like someone to think about going... With the price of power stagnating, I like someone to think about a Pleasure Dome this game.
Pleasure Dome could be interesting.
Especially Game Slayer. Get virtual reality and maybe drop down a Pleasure Dome.
It's usually what I like to do if I can get away with it after the patent office. Zuzani has tipped his hand at this point, I think, and revealed who he is.
Because of
the patent office.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Game Slayer picks that up. I mean,
curious.
For sure, Game Slayer does not want Zuzani to win.
The thinking machine's definitely a questionable first thing to pick up, though, to me.
Really?
I mean, no, I love thinking machines, don't get me wrong, but first of all, there's no scavenger in this game.
Yep.
Second, you're looking at 498 as your top send, which is food. And that's not bad, that's a good send, but is it worth rushing down thinking machines good?
Yeah.
You know, could you have just skipped the patent office entirely, gotten to the Offworld faster? You know, just I feel like there were other options this game here. I think he's going to go for nanotech right afterward, and all of that together should show who Zuzani is for sure. But Gameslayer, of course, is going to finish up nanotech in half a second here. So just got to wait out this auction. Okay, view plot isn't bugged. It is actually just super in the corner this time.
What's in the corner?
The geotherm auction going on right now.
Where is
Just
it?
hanging out right next
Whoa.
to Blues.
You can barely even see it.
Yeah, I know.
Be a nice one for Blues, but it goes to Herbert. It goes to Gameslayer. Wow, that's going to be a long...
That's a
There's
long
dynamite?
trek.
Oh,
There is
man.
dynamite this game. That's very far away.
Oh my god.
And steel's very expensive. I don't think we're going to see that used for quite some time.
Oh, I mean, hopefully he just thinks that no one will notice.
Yeah. Maybe he'll just get the buy on Blues, and then he can use it.
Yeah, right. That's why you have to buy Blues.
Hey, I play games like that sometimes. Oh man, we've got a boosted patent office. Well, that's going to be a lot of those grabbed up quickly.
Oh, 3 patent. Well, patent office is definitely viable in the 4-player game. That's something we've definitely been seeing here, which is great. I love the patent office. The game's much more fun when the patent office is in play.
My domination
Yes.
grows.
Okay. Zuzani finally hitting HQ level 5. Gameslayer hasn't quite managed to push there just yet.
Zuzani just picked up carbon sorbing. That's going to be
More
nice.
adrenaline boosts going down. Everybody boosting their nonsense this game. Sheesh. Of course, Blues, he kind of forgot to grab a tech first, so...
Was he researching carbon scrubbing? I feel like
I think they all were. Yes, carbon is so strange this game.
Teleportation's still available, which seems like it would be a good idea.
Gameslayer has so much cash.
Or what about cold fusion?
All right. Well, Gameslayer. Hold on. Who has what at this point? There's 3 patent offices going. 2 of them are adrenaline boosted. So let's take a look real quick. So far, we've landed on financial instruments and nanotech for Gameslayer. Zuzani has picked up virtual reality, carbon scrubbing, thinking machines. Oh, Gameslayer.
He's not using his boosted. Zuzani's not using his boosted patent lab.
I
That's a
believe
shame.
it at this point. And then Perpetual Motion and Superconductor have been picked up by Blues, who is now going into Cold Fusion and basically just saying, man, I hate power. Let's not worry about power.
Yeah, I like that on an ice map. That's great, I think. Okay, and now he's the only person with a patent office, so he can uncontested pick out teleportation as well.
Slant drilling is an option here if you're a little bit
Clark
worried
did
about
pick
carbon.
up. Oh, nice. See, this was asked. Clark did pick up. Zuzani did pick up virtual reality. He's going for that pleasure dome. Going to be making him 500 a second. Oh,
Yeah, until
270. I gotta
Gameslayers.
fix that. I don't know why. I never seem to get those numbers to stick.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pleasure Dome likes lying to people, and Gameslayer has built a counter Pleasure Dome of his own. It's not up yet because it got frozen, but he's working on it. I would have loved, in a lot of ways, to see Gameslayer pick up slant drilling, though. I don't know if I like that patent office scrap, because he's the one who secured that too high carbon tile.
Yeah, you're right.
And I feel like with slant drilling, you could really get something done there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I agree. I don't like to scrap a patent office if there's any of the really awesome tech still available, which there obviously still were.
Yeah.
Unless you're like basically scrapping it because you need an Offworld or something.
Yeah. And that was just for a Pleasure Dome, and I don't think that was necessarily the appropriate play there.
Gameslayer's going for Hacker Ray, his favorite. Cannot be hidden, and he's going for a chem short. Is anyone else in chems? Zuzani's in chems. Everyone's in chems.
Yep, everybody's in chems.
Oh, he switched up. He switched to electronics.
That makes more sense. That's
Although
of course his electronics are turned off, but you know what would have made sense?
What's that? Silicon?
Slant. Oh man, he even has this like medium carbon tile out in the middle of nowhere. I think Gameslayer let the loss get to him a bit too much.
Yeah. Man,
What would have made sense was carbon. That's what he
carbon.
should have.
Yeah.
Like he could have moved out of carbon resources, just sat on carbon.
Yeah, he's
if
got
he had
two-
picked up slant drilling,
Yeah, he's got a great source of carbon.
he would have way
carbon's
better
$175.
carbon.
$175.
I know.
Why
I'm
is he
still mad at him because he doesn't have slant drilling.
And electronics, its major component is carbon.
Mm-hmm.
And instead he's shorting electronics.
Trying to break Callisto.
All right. Well, Blues has an adrenaline-boosted Offworld running, which is defended and goon squatted. So that's not getting shut down anytime soon.
Yep.
Whereas Zuzani, he is now boosting out his Offworld, but it's still being constructed.
I think Blues, regardless of the majority buyout, I think Blues might have bought too much of his own stock early. I think he should have made a run on Game Slayer.
That is quite possible. But now he's after Zuzani.
So that seems fair.
He says, you're the scary one this game. You're the one who's got 3 patents that I could maybe use, virtual reality, carbon scrubbing thinking machines, and you're the one who just built an Offworld.
Yep. Clark does not have. He's got to wait for his food to ship in 17 seconds. Blues needs one more.
That launch,
close.
that does it.
Yep, he does
that
it.
launch was guaranteed going to do it. Even if the launch itself didn't, Blues would have just canceled because Blues is a strong player.
Well, at least Game Slayer knows he's safe.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit comforting for Game Slayer, actually.
Yeah. He probably was not 100% sure who was who.
Yeah. On the other hand, now you've got these 2 expansive players to deal with him. One of them went too heavy into power early, and that's been hurting him all game with Corwin. But Blues over there, he's still got an Offworld established, with engineering labs, with great water production. It's just, oh man, it's still not a great place to be for Game Slayer at all. Oh man, and he's almost to the Game Slayer kill too. That's crazy. This is far too many engineering labs. This is the sign of somebody who's kind of given up a little bit inside. But he did manage to get 5 stocks secured.
Yeah, Game Slayer kind of does crazy stuff when he's on the other end.
Yeah.
I guess there's some, you can give him some credit for that. You know, he might as well start doing some Hail Marys. But
Yep.
you know, he's upgraded electronics production. He has more engineering labs than he does electronics factories.
That's how you do it, obviously. I mean, look at those.
But
That's
he's got the carbon. Why is he
0.83.
not taking advantage of the carbon?
Well, he is taking advantage of the carbon.
To do what?
He went for
He's not-
engineering labs instead of electronics factories.
Well, I
so he's not
guess.
consuming as much carbon.
Why is he not hacking carbon?
I don't know. I kind of hate him for it a little bit right now. Look, I'm still mad about slant drilling. I'm not going to let it go. I'm really pleased with the way Blues has played this out. I love his boosted Offworld. He's got plenty of stock secured. He doesn't need to worry about defending himself, in my opinion, because he's just going to wait. He's going to see who buys his own stock, and then he's going to kill that guy, is what he could
Let that
do.
guy do it. Oh, it's almost a mistake to buy up your own stock.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible decision to buy your own stock right now. You just sit on all your money, you wait for someone to make a run on you, kill that guy, and then kill the other one instantly afterward. Ugh. But whatever, it's fine, Blues, it's fine. Just give Game Slayer a chance to come back. It's whatever.
Alright, Game Slayer is building Hacker Array. We'll see if he finally puts it together.
Another
It's
Hacker
too
Array.
late, but,
The first one didn't work.
now he's upgrading chemicals production. And he has no chem labs.
Alright, Corwin realized he still needs to hit HQ5. Probably a little confused by the fact that he was playing expansive and he had so many claims.
Oh, yeah.
I've done that before, actually. I've been playing expansive, and you're on
Time
HQ4,
to
and
build
you're
the
like,
Offworld,
oh, it feels right. Nope, not yet. This is still a boosted Offworld.
Wow.
So gross. It's so gross.
New land is available for auction. Bidding will begin at
How are the prices? I've never even checked.
Oh, man. Prices were, prices were okay. I mean, food's at $4.98. That's definitely a solid Offworld.
so.
But still, I mean, Blues, it's not defended anymore, or at least it's not goon squatted anymore. So in 9 seconds, you can actually pop that thing with dynamite. But there's another one going up already. So I don't know if it's going to make any difference long term.
Yeah, I don't see any way around Blues winning this game.
It would
No,
take
no.
something special. Now, Game Slayer is doing something special. I don't know if it's something smart, but that iron shortage,
It's definitely special.
that iron
And he's
shortage is
shorting iron.
interesting.
What?
I don't understand.
What?
I don't understand. That's all I have to say about that. We're going back into Chem Labs, it looks like. I mean, he's got nanotech, so he can at least bounce around all he wants to.
Why
without
is he
too many
shorting
problems.
iron?
I
That's the
don't.
most bizarre.
I don't, even. That's all I got. All right, there we go. It's a solid little
around.
dynamite popping that off-world market. That's pretty good. Now, when dynamite's available, I always like electronics of production a little bit better than when it's not, because while you're blowing up all those advanced buildings, the hacker rays and the off-worlds, well, that's just more electronics that need to get bought up, which is great. But oh, that's not what you want to see when you've got a goon squad down there.
Oh yeah, there is.
How terrible do those die rolls have to be?
Yeah.
Like, that's actually the single worst thing that could have happened to him there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with any luck for GameSlayer, who just got more stuff blown up and got $5,000 off of his financial instruments, with any luck for him, he's managed to use up all this nonsense now.
Yeah. Well, Blues stopped that iron shortage from happening, which would have certainly turned the game.
Oh, the iron shortage went off, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we saw it. Because GameSlayer was...
Oh, yep, you're
he
right.
got a little bit done with that, but, I mean, Blues is about to get the buy on GameSlayer. He could cancel the food launch and get it done if he wanted to. He could probably just sell everything and get it done if he wanted to. Finish off GameSlayer, and then Corwin is just not in a position to actually fight back this game. At all. And so we're going to have to see if... that should happen before too long, although I think GameSlayer's managed to pay down some debt. Kind of stay in it a little while longer, but it's over, guys. It's done. I don't think there's anything more to see here. Silicon's a lot of good stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
And GameSlayer misclicked. Guys, you're supposed to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the top that we have.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to head out.
Okay, that's fine.
You're gonna have to watch the rest.
You can
of this.
leave me here on my own.
You know, the one thing I would maybe suggest is that if GameSlayer does not end up winning this, I feel like we should have a 1v1 playoff between whoever wins and GameSlayer.
Let him get some of that back. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So basically, even if Zuzani or Blues or I guess Corwin, Corwin, ends up with the 2 wins, I think we should have a runoff duel between GameSlayer and that person.
If you want.
I would feel unfair to GameSlayer if he doesn't end up.
He did. He was very
good.
close to having that second game secured and just taking the whole thing 2-0 the way PB did. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a very near thing.
So if that's what happens, I would suggest just go ahead and doing that. That's my ruling.
All right. I'm sure GameSlayer will be happy about that. I'm sure everybody else won't be because, man, GameSlayer's scary 1v1, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's
your tournament.
Yep. Okay. I will watch what happens later.
Sounds good. Get out of here. Go do work or something. Sheesh.
Yep.
Alright guys, I'm on my own now. There's not a lot left to talk about this game. While we were talking to Soren, GameSlayer got taken down. 2 more Offworlds going up for Blues in GameSlayer's territory because reasons. I gotta ban somebody in chat. That's bothersome. Look, guys, I can talk about the rest of this game. It's 4 Offworlds to none, I'm pretty sure is what it was. So, there's not much to look at, because you've got one guy who's got 300,000 cash, 4 Offworlds, and 3 stock in the other guy, and all of his own stock bought up, versus another guy who has no Offworlds, 100,000 in cash, and so it's over. It's over. We're done here. We're just kind of waiting. It's not going to take Blues very long to get those few more Offworld launches going. We got another 2 coming in about 5 seconds here. That'll be quite a bit of money in Blues' pocket, and he should be able to, after that, honestly, if he wanted to, he could just like cancel everything and make the buy happen. Or he can just sell down and get it done right here and now. Alright. That is 1-1-1, Blues, Gameslayer, and Zuzani, and we're heading into game number 4/5. I knew it was going to be a close one, but geez, you guys are making this long. All right, no more looking at this stuff. We know what happened. Zuzani was all, I want to kill Gameslayer, and Blues was all, I want to win the game. And then Blues won the game. It wasn't a big surprise. Let's hop into game number 5.